TUTV. My name's Jack.
My name's Harry.
And before we get started this episode, I want to tell you guys a quick story. Harry
Ooh,
knows
we love
part
stories.
of this.
All right.
Last week, wasn't hosting. I was behind the camera. But I was actually injured, one of the reasons that I wasn't hosting. I had stitches in my chin because I fell while skateboarding. And what happened was I fell on my chin, right?
How did you fall on your chin?
Like this.
Like face first?
Yeah,
Okay.
just face first, right? And as you do when you land on your face, you lay face first for like 30 seconds, right? As you recuperate your physical
Kind of just
abilities.
admit defeat for a second. You're just like, oh.
Yeah, exactly what I did. And there's a guy behind me that saw it, right? And he goes, "Are you okay, man?" And I lift my head slightly, and like in this exact tone, I say to him, "Yeah." I said it like I was mad at him for asking me. I'm like, yeah.
Like, what are you doing, man? I'm completely fine.
I
I
think I'm
wanted
fine.
to be here. This was a tactical
As I'm
face plant.
like splayed out on the concrete. But that's the intro for today.
That's the intro.
Hope you enjoyed that little story. We'll get into the episode. Thanks for watching.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of TUTV News. I'm Joseph.
And I'm Will. Let's jump right into this week's stories.
A short stretch of Tulsa's Route 66 will be getting two more art attractions soon. Sky Gallery and Necropolis are two more establishments that will be opened along the Meadow Gold District on 11th Street. Sky Gallery sets out to showcase art made by Oklahoma natives, while Necropolis is meant to serve as a look back at Tulsa's unique Art Deco heritage. Both locations will be holding a joint grand opening from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday, October 3rd, including outdoor vendors, craft demonstrations, and raffles for gallery gift certificates.
Parks Australia has asked tech giant Google to remove photos of the Peak of Uluru from its map service. The mountain Uluru was once called Ayers Rock, but in an effort to return sacred land back to Australia's native Aboriginal people, the indigenous name is being adopted. In October of 2019, the government of Australia passed a ban that prohibited climbers from scaling the mountain due to huge numbers of reports of pollution and unnatural erosion caused by climbers. The ban has been a long time coming, following the official return of the property in 1985 to the Nongu people of several Aboriginal groups. The ban aligns with Park Australia's vision of, quote, the national park being a place where a Nongu law and culture is kept strong for future generations, end quote.
Actions taken to curb the coronavirus pandemic have reduced motor vehicle traffic in many places, according to a very recent study. This has affected animals that rely on sound for survival and reproduction. In San Francisco, sparrows in urban areas sang almost 3 times louder than sparrows in rural areas during noise caused by traffic in cities. Now their songs are more comparable. In fact, noise levels in San Francisco during the pandemic have been consistent with noise levels measured in the 1950s. The study also found that the birds were singing more quietly. Communication distance nearly doubled, greatly increasing mating potential.
Last Saturday, a University of Tulsa graduate held a public water sampling event at the Arkansas River. Lauren Haygood, a 22-year-old alum from TU, taught attendants how to use testing kits and also warned against the impact of the Zinc Dam project. The dam was originally proposed 56 years ago as a way to make the Arkansas River safer and more economically helpful to the Tulsa area. According to studies that Haygood has conducted, construction of the dam could negatively contribute to the quality of water in the river, harming the communities that live off of this water. Haygood says she's planning to hold community water events every other weekend at the Arkansas River for the next 6 months, and to regularly send water samples to state and federal facilities.
Over the weekend, President Trump confirmed his rumored pick for the replacement of late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. According to now confirmed rumors, Republican Amy Coney Barrett would step into Ginsburg's position, Being a former professor of law at the University of Notre Dame, where she taught civil procedure and constitutional law, Barrett has been said to be a metaphorical heir to her mentor, Associate Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia. Though Senate Republicans have said they want to confirm Barrett before the election day, there are less than 40 days to do so. Historically, the confirmation process has taken, on average, 70 days.
Tuesday, September 29th, will see the first of 3 presidential debates between President Trump and Democratic nominee Biden. The debate will start at 8 p.m. Central Time and will be centered around 6 topics chosen by Fox News anchor Chris Wallace. These topics include records of both candidates, the Supreme Court, COVID-19, the economy, race and violence in America, and the integrity of the election. Be sure to tune in to this year's special TUTV live stream for live Election Day coverage and updates on November 3rd.
You planning on watching the debate tonight?
You know I'm going to watch it. Think of the meme potential.
The meme potential is great.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine this year with coronavirus, with the Supreme Court justices being nominated, and 2 candidates who probably aren't 100% sure where they are. This is going to be great.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot at stake.
All right, well, we'll be back next week. Thanks for tuning in. This has been TUTV News.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I am interviewing Alden Foster, who is the program coordinator for our eSports Lounge, if I am correct.
Yeah, the eSports program, yeah.
That is awesome. So as your role as the program coordinator, what do you do for the eSports team?
So I fulfill just kind of like a higher level, just I make sure everything actually happens. And I have a wonderful team of students who serve roles as team captains and just all of the individual players, captaining individual teams for different games, and also in a production facility where we produce live and recorded content for our social medias.
That's awesome. When was the TU's esports team created?
So we opened the lounge at the beginning of the spring 2020 semester. Sadly, we had to shut it down due to COVID-19 just a few months into the semester, but we were able to get a pretty decent start then, and we've been working behind the scenes throughout the summer, and so we've come out kicking this semester, and yeah.
That's awesome. So what events are you guys planning on having this semester?
So COVID definitely changed our plan for what types of events we were going to do. Initially, we had a bunch of in-person events about every 2 weeks that we were doing, things such as Smash tournaments, Pokemon Sword and Shield tournaments. We had league nights for people who are fans of League of Legends. We had watch parties and stuff like that. And we would, have pizza, drinks, stuff like that. This semester, we have to do everything online. So we've been doing things such as like Valorant 10-mans, where you fill both teams. So you're playing against other TU students in our Discord server. We've done stuff with Rainbow Six Siege, and they're starting up a intramural league that they'll be doing at some point during the semester. And we've done some kind of watch night-ish things for some games as well.
That's awesome. So what games does your team usually play?
So we have a bunch of different teams that are competing on the varsity level. So we have the Call of Duty team, which in the past has competed in Modern Warfare, but is now moving on to the new game when it releases. We have League of Legends, we have Rainbow Six, we have Overwatch, we have Rocket League, and we have Valorant. So those are the teams that we currently have active players for. In the past, we've had teams for CSGO, Magic the Gathering, and Beat Saber, although we just weren't able to do those teams this year for various reasons.
Awesome. Do you have a favorite game that you like to play with your team at all?
I really like whenever we get together and play like Valorant all together with like 10 mans. Another really fun thing that we do is we'll have like Jackbox party game nights where we'll get together with some of the other people, either in the production team or just generally players or even just the general community. And those are always really fun.
Awesome. Is this your first time being a part of an esports team, or do you have any experience in the past?
So I have not been part of an esports team before this. I did compete in Beat Saber a little bit before this, but my main experience comes from working for a company called Esports Arena, which it does tournament organizing and stuff for a bunch of different games and hosts events, and it's kind of like it's like a kind of like an internet lounge or internet cafe, but more than esports focused.
Awesome. If people are interested in joining the team at all, or the many teams, as you have said, for the different games, how are people able to join?
So we have our Discord, which is the best way to stay up to date. And you can find that on the website. If you look up University of Tulsa Esports, there's a website that'll link you to all of our socials, including the Discord. And we have our Twitter page, which is at UTulsa Esports. And we also have our Twitch, which is where we do most of our live streaming and stuff like that. And that is UTulsa Esports.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, and we're going to keep going on with the show today.
No sports.
Sportscast. I'm Ryan Bennett.
And I'm Christina Bull. We have some exciting news updates for you today, so let's get started.
The NBA Conference Finals have been full of excitement. In the Western Conference Finals, the Lakers sprung out to an early 2-0 lead in the series, but then the Nuggets thundered back with a 6-point win in Game 3. The Lakers won Game 4, so the Nuggets were once again facing elimination in Game 5. After the Nuggets came back in the third quarter of Game 5, the Lakers prevailed in the fourth to beat the Nuggets and move on to the NBA Finals. The Eastern Conference Finals concluded Sunday night with the Miami Heat defeating the Boston Celtics 125-113 and winning the series. The NBA Finals matchup between the Miami Heat and the Los Angeles Lakers.
The WNBA playoffs are well into the semifinal rounds. One series has the dark horse Connecticut Sun facing off against the top-seeded Las Vegas Aces. This series has been surprisingly even, with the Sun winning games 1 and 3 and the Aces winning games 2 and 4. The other series is between the second seed Seattle Storm and the third seed Minnesota Lynx. This series currently has the Storm leading the Lynx 3-0. The winners of each of these series will advance to the WNBA Finals.
This past Saturday was full of exciting college football and quite a few upsets. The Golden Hurricane was set to travel to Arkansas State to play them this week, but the game was postponed. OSU opened up their Big 12 schedule this weekend when they hosted West Virginia. OSU threw for 139 yards and rushed for 203 in a sound victory over West Virginia 27-13. OU looked to avenge last year's loss against Kansas State in their Big 12 opener. After coming out to an early lead, Kansas State ultimately came back and upset number 3 Oklahoma 38-35. Next week, Tulsa travels to face number 13 UCF.
The MLB postseason is swiftly approaching. The 60-game season is going to be capped off by an extensive postseason. The American League has all 8 teams locked into the postseason, but the seeding is yet to be determined. The National League has 4 teams fighting for the final 2 spots in the postseason. The postseason will start the Tuesday after the regular season ends, and each of the teams will be in a 3-game series to see who advances. If every game of the postseason is played out, there will be 65 games played.
FC Tulsa resumed play this past weekend with a match against San Antonio FC at One Oak Field. The game was scoreless until late when Eric Bird scored from 12 yards out to give FC Tulsa the 1-0 win. This win was big for FC Tulsa, as the other games that have been close went against them. Let's see if FC Tulsa can take this momentum into their next match on Wednesday, September 30th against Oklahoma City Energy.
Stanley Cup finals were full of excitement. After the Tampa Bay Lightning dropped Game 1 to the Dallas Stars, the Lightning surged and took Games 2 and 3. Game 4 was neck and neck between the two teams, but the Lightning prevailed after scoring a goal in overtime to win Game 4. In Game 5, the Stars and Lightning went through regulation tied at 2, and in double overtime the Stars prevailed. In Game 6 of this series, the Tampa Bay Lightning shut out the Dallas Stars 2-0 to become the 2020 Stanley Cup champions.
Earlier, I was reading about the French Open that's going on right now,
Oh, yeah?
and it made me realize how like physics-based that sports is. You know,
Yeah.
because usually tennis is played during the springtime, but they had to move their sets to the fall because of COVID, and now the ground is too wet and everything for them to be as good games as they would be. So the balls are like really muddy and things, and it adds like a weird spin on the game, and it really messes up the conditions in which to play.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't really know anything about that.
I don't either.
Well, I think that's all the time we have to talk about it, though. So I'm Christina Boole,
And I'm Ryan Bennett.
and we'll see you next week.
Welcome back to TUTV Entertainment. I'm Parker.
And I'm David Jeffalone, and let's get right into the news this week.
The sequel to the hit online game Among Us has been canceled. Inner Sloth, the developer of the game, stated in a blog post that all of the improvements planned for the sequel will instead be going towards the original game. The decision was influenced by the large spike in players in recent months, as multiplayer games are one way to supplement social interaction amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Some of the updates eventually coming to the game include fixed server issues, a friend system, a new playing stage, and colorblind support. The latter update aims to make the playing experience more accessible by adding identifiers for players other than color. All of these updates are in the works, so no major changes will be made anytime soon.
TU will be hosting its 11th Fall Film Festival virtually this year. The annual event comes out of the TU's Department of Film Studies and aims to celebrate content created by its students. This festival will include screenings of short films by current students, as well as some of the program's distinguished alumni. This virtual event will take place next Monday, October 5th at 7:30 p.m. Be on the lookout for updates in your TU email and a link to the screening coming soon.
It's that time of year again for the annual Billboard Music Awards. This year, rapper Post Malone leads the competition with the most nominations. He's currently nominated for 16 awards in 15 different categories, one of which being Artist of the Year. In other Billboard news, this year there will be 3 fan-voted categories: Billboard Chart Achievement, Top Collaboration, and of course, Top Social Artist. Voting for these categories will be held via TikTok, the primary voting platform for the year's show. The award show was originally scheduled for April of this year. However, the pandemic situation has pushed it back to Wednesday, October 14th.
Tulsa Noise is hosting its first drone music festival, also known as Drone Fest, later this week. This event will be the first of its kind in Tulsa and is considered one of the few festivals focused on drone genre in the world. Tulsa Noise described music in a statement as, quote, not to be confused with the now ubiquitous unmanned airplanes. It emphasizes sustained tones or notes and repetition and is sustained tone branch of minimalism, end quote. If you're up for some experimental sounds, the performances will be streamed on the online platform Vimeo this Friday, October 2nd, from 6 p.m. to midnight.
2020 has once again proven it's full of unfortunate surprises, as actor Vin Diesel has tragically released his debut single. The action movie star collaborated with Norwegian producer Kygo on his first single titled Feel Like I Do. The song is about the feelings of a new crush and features an easy listening dance beat. Fans have caught glimpses of Diesel's music ability over the years, including viral clips of the actor singing karaoke, though this is the first time he's released any music. Diesel debuted the song while on the Kelly Clarkson show last week, stating, quote, on a year where I would normally be on a movie set, I've had another creative outlet, another way to share with you my heart, end quote. So, David, are you a big Among Us fan?
I dabble in Among Us, you know, like, I have some friends that play it, but I wouldn't say I'm a professional. How about you?
I wouldn't say I'm a professional. I'd say more so I'm an addict.
Oh, an addict. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Played about 10 hours so far, and I think my skill has only gotten worse.
Shoot.
Yeah, but it is fun.
Oh,
so.
man. No, I love it. I wait for the day that I can, you know, move those skills into real life.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anyone else will, like, take that super well, but
Sure.
I'm waiting. I'm ready for it.
I mean, it's a deception game, so being a used car salesman, something like that, should work.
Oh,
So.
okay. Got you, yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for sticking around with us. Enjoy your week.
Man, I am ready to get fired up at Drone Fest this year. man.
Drone Fest.
That sounds exciting.
You know there aren't going to be any like remote control drones.
No,
right?
I'm gonna be in the pit, just
in the mosh pit, just a drone of sound.
constant noise. I'm gonna be getting fired up.
But how about Vin Diesel? Have you listened to the song?
No, I didn't even know. I was about to be worried that he passed away for a second.
Oh, I mean, like, is this worse? I mean,
Whoa. Okay, reel it back, buddy. See, I get in trouble for saying stuff. This guy over here.
I didn't say anything bad. I just said that.
That's fine.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I haven't
Have you-
heard the song, so I can't really be one to judge. I wasn't going to be so
It's
quick
probably
to
really
judge.
good. He's got a good voice. Got a deep.
I
masculine
mean,
voice.
like maybe it's good. Maybe it's something new. Maybe it's the next revolution of like music genre is just actors singing.
There are some good singer actors. I don't know. Or
Yeah.
some other good ones. Like what?
Who's some other? I don't even know any other.
Selena
good ones.
Gomez.
I mean, there's some actors that like Zendaya is a good. Well,
she
she was a
sing?
singer first.
She was? I thought she was in that.
Yeah. Well, she was on
dance show.
she was on Shake It Up on Disney Channel.
Yeah, Shake It Up. That was just
Yeah.
dancing. I thought.
Well, yeah, but now she sings.
She sings?
Yeah, she's good.
I had no idea. I feel like it's not fair when people are like good looking and can sing and can act. Like it's not fair to me.
I mean,
Just pick one already.
You just got to
jeez.
play your cards, you know.
I guess.
Like if your cards are you're good looking and you can sing and you can act and you just do it all, then,
No,
then
pick
you got to
one.
play those cards.
Pick one. It's not fair for the rest of us.
Well, why not be a jack of all trades?
Well, if you're a jack of all trades, you're mediocre at everything, like me. Yeah.
All right, I guess that's the show this week.
Hope you enjoyed this mediocre show.
See you next time.
See ya.